Hi, welcome. Hi, people. So happy to see you here. So today we are sliding into our fall season. We will start making comfy fall dishes. I'm so excited. Finally, honestly, I love summer, but I'm ready for some colder weather. And welcome to my Auckland kitchen. My name is Anna Voloshina. I am a Ukrainian-born, Bay Area-based chef and cookbook author of beautiful recipes from a Ukrainian kitchen. And today we're making not a Ukrainian dish. This is an Italian dish. I would not say it's like traditionally Italian. It has the vibe. So today we are using mushrooms, we're using some fortified wine, using lovely chicken breasts. So we'll learn a lot today. So get ready. I hope you're cooking along with me and we'll all have a lovely dinner at the end of this class. We will go through everything, all the prep and mise en place, because we have a lot of different little things that we need to prepare before we'll start, so everything will go smoothly. But before everything, please pour something nice in your glass. I have a lovely rosé wine from Provence. This is the mood for today. You can pour whatever you want. Share with me, what are you drinking? Katie, yes, happy Sunday. Oh my God, I had the best Sunday ever because first time I went to Alameda Antique Fair. If you are in the Bay Area, this is the place. They have this fair every first Sunday of the month. Coincidentally, I teach classes every first Sunday of the month, so I never go there. But today I'm like, okay, I'll go early. That was amazing. So I'm like pumped today, ready to cook. I'm hungry. Hello, Vegas. How is the weather there, I wonder? Yes, Robert, showtime. So today, oh my God, Georgia. Georgia, not the country. Hi, people. Oh, I'm so glad that we are like all around the country today. Amazing. So today we are making amazing chicken breast, and I will prove you. Oh my God, 80. Whew, hot. Not fall vibes yet, but soon. Today we are learning how to make chicken breast delicious. So this is important. Not everybody, but most people think that it's a boring piece of meat. I can agree with that, but today we will prove everybody wrong. We will make it delicious. It will still be lean and healthy, but packed with flavor. So this is the goal, to pack our chicken breast with as much flavor as we can and make it juicy, make it delicious. It will not be dry. It will not be boring. I promise you that. So, oh, you don't like mushrooms? Okay, skip the mushrooms. That's it. If you don't like mushrooms, you don't have to use them. It's a pan sauce. We will have onions. We will have garlic. You don't have to use mushrooms. That's it. Just skip them. The thing is, since we are coating our chicken breast with a little bit of flour, that will help to create this sauce, because flour is a thickener, and in professional kitchens, we use that to thicken our sauces. We brown it, and I will show you that technique later, so you don't have to use it. The pan sauce can be as easy as just a little bit of butter, flour, and touch of mustard, and then some liquid. It can be wine, it can be heavy cream, it can be milk, it can be stock or water. So if you don't like mushrooms, don't use them. And for a little bit extra flavor, I would recommend to add a touch of Dijon mustard, just to create some dimension. That's it. We'll start. We'll get there. Don't you worry. But before, if you like truffles are mushrooms, but like different mushrooms. I'm using truffle carpaccio today. I did not specify that in a recipe, but I just have it, so why not? If you have it, use it. And mushroom salt. So it's totally optional, but if you have it, and I know a lot of our people have it, always use it. This is the time, finally. Like, this is the truffle season. Ooh. Bone-in chicken thighs, totally fine as well. People, we can work with that. I love chicken thighs because they are full of flavor, and I like the skin. Amazing. The only thing, you will have to cook it longer. That's the only thing. Breast is it's like bam bam, done. With especially with bone-in chicken thighs, you will have to cook it longer. So that's the only thing. And for that, you will also use this one, just to make sure, just insert it inside, just to make sure it's 160, 165 Fahrenheit. So you will know it's not raw inside. Okay, without further ado, let's see what we have in terms of our mise en place. We have two things going on. We have chicken and the sauce with chicken, and we have our pasta, orzo. Doesn't look like pasta, looks like rice. Fun thing to cook. So two separate preps. We'll go with pasta first because I have it here. So for our pasta, we need the pasta. This is here. It's fancy. It's local. I don't know. I just got it. Never used it. We'll see how this goes, because all pasta cooks differently depending on the thickness and the process they did. So I've never tried this one. Looks very fancy. We'll see how this one goes. But you see, it's very, very fine. But this, at the same time, it's thick. So it will resemble rice, will be starchy, will be beautiful. Then we have some salt, milk, chicken stock. You can use veggie stock or water, but with stock it has more flavor. So if you don't have it, water is fine. Then we have peas, we have spinach, and I have frozen spinach and a little bit of garlic, 1 clove. The thing is here with there is a secret. 3 things are in this world that are as good frozen as they are fresh: green peas, spinach, and corn. They freeze beautifully, so you can substitute freeze for frozen anytime, and this prolongs the season and makes it all year round. So I'm using frozen one, it's already chopped. That's it. You can use fresh one. Just tightly, I know I specified 1 cup, just tightly pack 1 cup with the chopped spinach and you'll be good. It's super fast to cook, so it will not make any difference. But I just found it that like a little bit of frozen spinach in my fridge, and I'm like, okay, I'm using it. This is the day. This is for our pasta, and of course olive oil. So today we're using our cooking extra virgin olive oil. It's great for sauteing because we are not cranking our stove too high. So this one is perfect. We're not using our finishing oil, we're using this one. Then let's go to our chicken. And we have here, of course, the chicken. I have 2 chicken breasts and they're quite large, so we'll be cutting them. And I would say it's for 4, maybe 3 people, because for 2 people it's too much, maybe 2 hungry people. So I will cut them in half, like lengthwise and then crosswise as well. So I will show all that technique, but you see they're already out of the fridge. The temperature is, it's not cold. It's not room temperature, but it's getting there, so it's perfect. And it's on a layer of paper towels because we want to absorb as much moisture as possible to create this lovely sear. So it's there. And then we have mushrooms. People, please don't, if you can help it, don't buy pre-sliced mushrooms. God knows who sliced them and how long they've been sliced. Get nice mushrooms and slice them yourselves. It's cheaper. It's more delicious. I promise you it will be more delicious. These are from my farmer's market. We have some truffle carpaccio and truffle salt. Totally optional, not necessary, but come on, we have mushrooms. This is the thing. I have my leftover onion from yesterday, so we need about half of that. Yellow onion or white onion will work. If you have a large shallot, perfect. So we have some butter as well. Splash of cream. If you are not dairy sensitive and you want to make a richer sauce, use cream. You don't have to use cream in this recipe, it's optional, but I really, really like it. I think this fortified wine, you can use Marsala or, any recommendation for lactose-free cream? I don't have any allergies, so I never explored that area. You can totally use coconut cream. It will be delicious. The flavor will be different, but it will be good. I never ever had a substitution for heavy cream, but you don't have to use it. Honestly, you can use just you're using coconut cream. Yes, you can do that, and it's delicious. It's not the same flavor. It's just different, but like in a beautiful way. It's not worse or better. It's just different. I love it. Okay, so cream or no cream, it's your choice. Coconut cream, yay for that. Then we're using lemon pepper seasoning, and I don't know, this is probably my favorite, not probably, this this is definitely my favorite seasoning of all ButcherBox seasonings. I used at least 2 full jars already, and this is my fresh third one. I just opened it before the class. I have a clove of garlic here. I have some grated Pecorino Romano. You can use Parmesan cheese, easy. That's like not a big deal. The flavor, again, slightly different, but this is for the pasta actually. Why is it here? It belongs with pasta. You don't have to use any cheese with this pasta. Again, optional, but it's a nice robust flavor. What else? What else? Butter. Oh, and of course we will use some flour because flour helps to thicken the sauce. And since we are searing our chicken breast before, it will help to create this lovely, lovely browning on the bottom of the pan that we will deglaze and will create this like beautiful emulsion for the sauce, and it will be flavorful. It will grab all the bits of chicken together, and then it will transform those into velvety sauce. What else? Oh, I have black pepper here, but actually since we're using this one, we don't need it, but just in case, have a black pepper. If you want to use some thyme or, I don't know, minced parsley, go ahead, do that. It's amazing. And in terms of equipment, this one, we will release some stress. We are not using the spiky side, we're using the flat side because we need to flatten our chicken, not to tenderize it. So this is tenderizer, this is flattener. So that one helps. If you don't have it, use a heavy bottom skillet, just a small one, or whatever, saucepan. We just need to pound the chicken a little bit, not too much. And to protect the surface from the bits of chicken, take some saran wrap. We will cover the chicken and it will help us to stay clean and contain the pieces here. Okay, I think this is it. I will move this one and I will ask you to do one more thing. Please, if you have an oven, start your oven and put it to 150 Fahrenheit. In my oven is very simple, so it just says warm. So keep it at warm because we will finish our chicken before the pasta is done. And to keep it warm, oven is nice. If you don't have an oven, just use a piece of foil, and we will be cooking in a frying pan. And we will not even move our chicken until we're plating. So once we're done cooking, just cover the frying pan with foil and it will keep the chicken warm. So that's important because you don't want to have like hot pasta and cold chicken. Or like start your oven and still you can cover your pan with foil and slide it into the oven. Nice. Okay, let's start. So what I have here is a huge roll of plastic wrap from Costco. Very, very useful thing in the kitchen. So you want to cover your working surface. And you see I have my wooden board here. And on top of my wooden board, I have my plastic board, which is my protein board, because this way I can just put it into my sink and don't think about it. Because chicken is that protein that you want to sanitize your surfaces, like do all the health protocol, because you never know, you can get sick from chicken. So you want to cook it all the way through. And confession time, why not cook both at the same time? Because I only have one stovetop. That's the thing. I only have one stovetop that will be visible to you. So if you can cook two things at the same time, go ahead, do it. I'm doing one thing at a time because I only have one stovetop, and this is this one. But you can totally manage. Absolutely, you can do two things at the same time. So my chicken is here, and again, I told you that it's a fairly large one. See, it's larger than my hand. So what I will do, I will cut it in two like that. And then this one is kind of thin already, but this one is way thicker. See, so I will cut this one. I will leave like it is because there is nothing to cut. But this one I will cut in two, and then I will pound and make sure that everything is the same thickness. So just place your chicken parallel to the board, slide, cut it open like that. And then take another piece of plastic wrap and put it on top, like so. And now we can pound and everything will be clean. So don't go too hard because is the orzo and chicken both have cream? No. So orzo has milk and stock, and chicken has cream, but it's optional. And you don't have to use milk in orzo as well. You can just substitute with water or vegetable stock or chicken stock, whatever you want. We just need liquid here. It's like totally optional. But yeah, cream is only for the chicken. Okay, let's pound. So the thickness here, we want some thickness. We don't want to make it paper thin at all. This is not what we're aiming for. We're doing it like this. 1/3 of an inch is perfect. And I'm just like tapping to feel the thickness and like if it's even or not. Just like place your hand and you will feel which parts need a little bit more pounding. Never ever use this one for chicken. It will just tear it apart and you will have like chicken pieces, not a flat chicken breast. Okay, easy. So this is what we have here. Let's open that. Oh, now it's stuck together. So this maybe 1/3. Yeah, it's 1/3 of an inch. Not too thick, not too thin, just perfect. I will use just one chicken breast because it can fit nicely on my skillet and I don't have to do it twice. And this is my dinner for me and my husband. I will have one piece and he will have two. Perfect. So this one is done. What we want to do here is to get this thing ready. Let's season it with our lemon pepper seasoning and we'll put it aside for a little bit before we're ready, because we want to make sure that our mushrooms are done, everything is sliced and diced before we'll start cooking. So just like that. I'm not even using any salt because this seasoning has everything. It has salt, it has lemon, and it has pepper. So if you don't have this seasoning, just use salt and pepper. And that's it. Like that. And since we are not cooking it straight away, it has some time to season properly. I like to season my protein a little bit in advance because it always helps to let the flavor in. So nice. And now what we need to do, for the chicken, we have mushrooms and we have onions and garlic. We need to dice everything. We're not dicing mushrooms, we're slicing them, but the onion and the onion needs to be diced finely. because the only chunks we want to fill in our sauce is mushrooms. Okay, they are already washed. They're slightly more wet than I want them to be, so make sure you're dried everything. So you can use other mushrooms as well in this recipe. I'm slicing in half and then thin slices like this. I cut off the stem, then slice the stem, and then in half, and like that. So other mushrooms are great in this recipe. You can also use dried mushrooms, but you need to rehydrate them beforehand. By rehydrating, I mean pouring very, very hot, preferably freshly boiled water on top of your dried mushrooms and let them soak for a little bit. And then treat them as regular mushrooms. And I love using dry mushrooms, and use less, of course. You will use just a handful because the flavor is so concentrated. And yeah, it will just be slightly different, but beautiful. Dried porcini. If you actually forage for your mushrooms, any mushrooms you have, except for slimy types, will be great in this recipe. I love porcini mushrooms and morels and hedgehogs. So whatever you have. But traditional, like these button mushrooms, they work great. Okay, I think I will use just a little bit since I'm not making a large batch. So I'm using only one chicken breast. I think this should be enough for my sauce. Because I know some people are like doubling recipes because they have large families, and I totally understand. I have a very, very small family. I have just my husband and my dog, who is not getting chicken today. So I will cut the recipe in half. So we have my mushrooms here. And then you see I have a fairly large onion. I will use just half of it. So one small onion will do for the full recipe. And we want to dice as finely as we can. Like nothing crazy, but still that. Ooh, I need to sharpen my knife. It's so dull, man. Because I cooked a lot this past few weeks, and I sharpened my knife before big projects or like large pushes, and I did that, and I feel like it's time to sharpen it again. Okay, lovely. So I have my bench scraper here. And also garlic, which is kind of optional. If you don't like garlic, don't put it there. I love garlic. If you love garlic, put two cloves. Won't hurt. Okay, just finely mince the garlic, and we can start preheating our stove. Okay, so we are starting at medium high. I'll put everything into different bowls because we are not dropping all the ingredients at the same time, so we need to keep them separate. Okay, so mushrooms are separate from onions because onions take longer to cook. Actually, we can Now I'll save my garlic as well for I'll put it separately. Okay, so wiping the surface, and now I'm moving my stovetop here. Minced versus grated. So the thing is, when you go, I feel great about that. I'm not opposed to grated garlic, first of all. I think that's fine. Why chefs are so against it? Because when you grate, you release a lot of garlic oils, and the smell is often overpowering to them. It's their opinions, but I think you for some applications you cannot simply mince garlic. For example, for aioli, when I make my own aioli, I always microplane garlic, and microplane is this lovely tool, and it will just make a puree out of your garlic, and it's perfect because no matter how fine you mince, like you will still find chunks of garlic in your aioli, which I don't like. But if you grate, it will be perfect. You will have the hint, and you will have the perfect garlic flavor, but zero texture, and that's what I like, and that's what I learned in cooking school. Because I don't know why, for some reason, grated garlic has bad reputation among chefs. I need to make a survey and ask them about their feelings, thoughts and feelings. But when we learn how to make like traditional aioli in a cooking school, my aioli was the best because I realized like the only way to have it smooth and like flavorful is to grate garlic. So I think it's for some applications it's the best. For sauteing, minced garlic is better because it will not burn as fast, and it will not release all of the juices at the same time, and it will not stick to the bottom that fast. Okay, so what we want to do, we preheat. You see, my oil is already shimmering and hot. So I'm on my medium right now, medium heat. You want to drench your chicken in flour like that. Use your one hand, just one hand. Other hand is clean. Do it like that. Same here. Always, always, when you're drenching something or making tempura, one hand is clean and free because you will need it. Another is it has a little bit of flour, but we'll wash our hands anyway. After handling chicken, you want to wash your hands. Okay, so this is perfect because you see we did not crowd our pan too much. If your chicken pieces are larger than that, please do it in batches. Okay. Because if you will crowd the pan, the chicken won't brown, it will steam, and we don't want that. And also, if you have this, use it. It will be very, very convenient. Okay, so I'm on my 5 settings out of 9, I believe, or 8. So it's kind of like medium high. It's hard to tell with this stove top. It's very old and it's reliable, but not. It never failed me, but the level of heat is hard to tell. Like honestly, you never know. But what we want to do, we want to create a lovely brown crust on our chicken. We don't have to cook it all the way through because we can always finish it in a warm sauce. The goal is to have a beautiful, beautiful browning and have this bits of chicken, like not it's not bad chicken juice, caramelize on the bottom of the pan. So then we can deglaze and use it in our sauce. So building a sauce is very important again because this is a very lean and relatively flavorless protein. Of course, like good chicken breast, you will taste the good chicken breast. Like ButcherBox is doing great with sourcing their protein, so you will know it's a quality one. But compared to ribeye, it's not that level of flavor at all. Okay, so we are turning here. You see, we already have some color. Perfect, perfect. And this little piece will brown, and this is pure flavor. And then I'm using Madeira today. You can use Marsala, Madeira, port, or sherry wine. Everything they have kind of like this similar profile of fortified, highly oxidized sweet wine. So any of those will work. Just don't use too like port that is too sweet, because then the sauce will be too sweet unless you really really like it. And I will get myself a plate or something to put my chicken on. That. Nice. Okay, maybe a couple more minutes. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. So get your onion ready because it will go next, and butter as well. Again, if you don't want to use butter, you don't have to. You can use just oil. And I will show you another cool trick. Because you see, the pan is not like it doesn't have too much oil because we used it to cook the chicken. So we need more oil or something to cook the onions because the pan will be too dry. And if you don't want to use too much oil, I will show you one little trick how to keep everything moist and cook everything fast, but not add too much oil. Because it's like people tend to see that onions absorb oil and they are like, oh my God, I need to add more. I need to add more oil, and they keep adding because the onions are burning. But actually, you can do something else. We'll show you. So we have this lovely browning on both sides, and we are removing the chicken, and all of these brown bits we need to caramelize. So add a little bit of oil, just a touch, then some butter, not too much. And you cannot add just butter without oil because butter will burn very, very fast. So you need oil and butter to create this heat resisting mixture to be able to cook the onions without burning the butter. Because butter has milk solids that will burn very, very fast. See? So now what we want is to scrape the bottom of the pan. And you see it's kind of like not enough fat because I'm scraping and it's still there. So I will make sure that my onions are well coated with oil. And now I will add a splash of water, just a touch of water, like 2 tablespoons. And you see we have a lot of steam. The bottom of the pan is releasing the brown bits here, and we have enough moisture to cook the onions. And have like a little bit of water here near you so you can add if you feel like your onions just need it. Yes, I am slowing down. I can slow down. I know I talk too fast. So right now we have like good 4 to 5 minutes to saute these onions. And you see, this is like a stubborn place as well. Does not release this brown bit. So I will add a touch more water. And now scrape, 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 and we don't have it anymore. So with a splash of water, the onions will cook faster and the excess water will just evaporate. So it will not affect the browning or anything. It just helps to cook the onions more evenly. And we want to keep sauteing until our onions like halfway cooked before adding mushrooms, because we want to start some browning on the onions. And if you did not know, you cannot add acid to half cooked onions because acid will prevent onions from getting soft. So if at this point I will add, let's say, tomato sauce or like crushed tomatoes, no matter how long I cook, unless I'm cooking like for a whole day, the onions will still be crunchy, which is definitely not what we want here. So see, we don't have any more water, it evaporated, and the onions are getting caramelized and brown, which is lovely. So I have a little bit of garlic here. I'll put it here. And I have my mushrooms. So with garlic, you cannot cook onion and garlic at the same time. You cannot put them on the pan at the same time because garlic tend to burn very, very fast because the moisture content is totally different. So if you put garlic and onion at the same time, the garlic will burn and the sauce will be very, very bitter. So I'm at medium low right now. I drop down and you see I have already some bits of caramelization happening, and it's because onion has a fairly high sugar content and we added some butter and the caramelization is happening. So this is lovely, and that's why we can add a touch more water to release these bits before adding any garlic. Okay, nice. So we want to cook garlic just for 30 seconds to make sure it's not raw and it releases the flavor. But 30 seconds to 1 minute is more than enough. And I'm on my medium low heat. Also, if you want to speed up the cooking process, you can add a touch of salt. It will help mushrooms and onions to release the water fast. So, okay, smell it. You already can smell the garlic here. Okay, nice. And we can add the mushrooms now. And now this is the time for salt, because mushrooms, they have a lot of water, and yeah, salt, as I told you, will help releasing the water, draw the moisture out of the produce. So I'm using this mushroom salt, just a tiny bit. You can use regular salt, that's fine. But truffle salt is so good. Amazing. Okay. I am increasing the heat just a tiny bit because I added mushrooms and the temperature of my pan dropped. And if you want to add a little bit of black pepper, add it as well. And this is the time to add an herb you like, for example, thyme or rosemary, something like that, maybe bay leaf. I'm not adding anything, although I have some thyme on my balcony. Just forgot to snip it. Oregano will go well as well. So since no, onions is for the chicken. And we don't put onions in our pasta. Well, you can totally do that, but it's not for today. As I always like to say, this is not a strict recipe. I don't like recipes that you need to follow to the T because I'm not like that. This is part of my personality. I like to create dishes to my liking and to my mood. So this is just the template. You can substitute different ingredients. You can use seasonal ingredients. So if you don't want to put peas in your pasta, you don't have to. You can put artichoke hearts, or you can put fresh asparagus. It depends on what you have in your fridge, or you can just cook plain pasta, and that's fine. You don't have to make orzo pasta. You can use angel hair and just boil it and add a little bit of butter. That's it. So all depends on your liking. So this recipe is not a strict recipe at all. I never do that. So I hope after this class, one piece of chicken is shaped like a heart. Oh my god, we have a romantic here. Robert, yes, it smells delicious. So you see, again, we have some caramelization happening, and that's amazing. I will let it go for 1 more minute because I sliced my mushrooms very thinly and they are almost done. Just want to see a little bit more browning, and then we will deglaze. Again, I'm using Madeira today because that's what I have open. Marsala, it's like exact substitution. If you have sherry, use that one. You can use a little bit of cognac, but way less cognac than wine because it's stronger. It has stronger flavor. Just a touch to deglaze, and be careful if you have a gas stove because it's highly flammable. Oh my god, this one will not catch on flame because it doesn't have high alcohol content, but any high, like any liquor will. Oh my god, yes, mashed potato. Honestly, this is my favorite side dish of all times. White cooking wine, yes, use it. Use white cooking wine for sure. If the sauce will be slightly more acidic, so beware of that, but it's beautiful. Okay, you see, I have nice caramelization. We can deglaze. I'm not measuring my wine, I'm just pouring like that. Just a good amount, good splash. And then you see it's bubbling, and while it's bubbling, we want to scrape the bottom of the pan with a spatula to release everything we have there. And also we want to stir it and evaporate all the alcohol. And now the secret, if you will add acid like tomato sauce to a wine that is not fully evaporated, like the alcohol is still there, you will taste the alcohol in the sauce. We definitely don't want that. Okay, have a tasting spoon ready. Taste it. Ooh, nice. Okay, add a little bit of salt and pepper here. I'm adding a touch of black pepper, and I'm adding more truffle salt. And at this point, you see the sauce is thick. If you're not using, I'm dropping my temperature to low just to keep the thing going and keep it warm, but not too crazy on boiling. So at this point, you want to add either cream or a splash of liquid, like a little bit of water, but just taste it. If you like the flavor as is, because I don't know what wine you're using, you can stop here. The sauce is ready. It's thick enough. You can add your chicken, cook it a little bit, and you're done. I have my cream, so I will use a splash of heavy cream. And you can use as much or as little as you want. It's about 1/4 of a cup here. And now I can watch it. So, cool. Put your chicken back into the sauce and we will simmer it all together just to make sure the flavors came together. And remember, our chicken still has some flour on top, so that flour will help to make the sauce thicker. So we want to bring it to a very gentle simmer here. You can add more cream if you want. You can just add a little bit of butter and call it a day. You can add a splash of any stock you have. Mushroom stock would be great here. Or water. If you're adding water, it's totally fine as well. It will be slightly less flavorful. You need to add maybe a little bit of herbs and salt, but it will be definitely very, very healthy because it will be less fat, very good for people on a diet. So see, it's like you can do whatever you want with this recipe because it's so versatile. And remember, we still want to have our oven warm, or if not oven, at least have your foil ready. Or just cover it with a lid. I think I have a lid, so I'll do that. So I don't have to waste foil. Yay. So we just want to, can you freeze the Marsala? Why not? I think yes. I think yes. Okay, I'm spooning the sauce on top of my chicken. The sauce is thick, you see? It's coating the back of my spoon. So this is the texture of the sauce we want. I will cover it. It will, okay, I see myself. Hello, people. Let's put it in the oven. Okay, so our first part of the class is done. The chicken is done. Now it's in the oven. We're keeping it warm and we will cook our pasta. And that's easy. Although I don't cook orzo very often. I just wanted it for this recipe. I don't know. I really wanted it. And I got this fancy orzo. The cooking instructions are interesting, so we'll roll with that. We'll stick to our original plan and see how that goes. So I'm using a medium saucepan for it because I'm not cooking too much. It's only 2 of us. And with pasta, you always want to go al dente. And this is what we are aiming today. So my stovetop is at medium high. And you don't have to use milk if you don't want to. If you're allergic, we only have Pinot Noir. Add a splash of Pinot Noir. That will work. The thing is, this has like this very deep, slightly sweet, not slightly, it is kind of sweet. So have a little bit of honey or sugar just to balance the flavor if you want to, because this gives this 45 Fortified wine gives the sweetness. So maybe if you're using uh, Pinot Noir, you might want to add a little bit of sweetness. It depends, just taste. You can use any wine, honestly. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm mixing my stock, about 3/4 of a cup, with milk. Here I will actually microplane the garlic right there. We want to bring it to a simmer. Let's microplane our garlic. And this way you will get all the flavor and zero texture, which is beautiful. Like for infusing something, I would recommend just microplaning because you don't have to strain. Of course, in the professional kitchen, they strain everything. That's crazy. But at home, you will not be able to tell the difference. It's just the flavor is there, the texture is not, which is perfect. And this is what I have here, and my fancy orzo pasta. Okay, so a pinch of salt. Never ever cook your pasta in unseasoned water. That I think in Italy it's definitely a sin to cook pasta in plain unseasoned water or stock or whatever liquid they're using. So we want to see some bubbles on top, and then we can drop our orzo, which actually, like, it's totally rice. It does not look like pasta at all. I think that was the plan. I need to read on the origin of orzo because it's a very interesting pasta shape. So this particular one says you need to cook it for about 7.5, 8.5 minutes to cook it until al dente. So we'll taste. Never ever never fully trust the instructions on the pasta box ever. Taste it. And if you like a very, very, oh, thank you, Robert. If you like a very soft pasta, no texture at all, that's your right. Nobody's judging you. Do that. I like texture. And I have a very good friend who is an Italian chef. She's incredible. And her al dente, oh my God, it's like raw. And her whole family is telling that. It is it is out there. It is more than my al dente, but she likes it that way. And again, we're cooking for ourselves. So whatever you like, do that. Have a little bit more stock of water just in case we need to add more. We'll see. Because again, every brand of pasta is different. Starch level, the flour they're using. So we don't have. Oh my God, I needed. Oh, Robert, thank you so much. Yes, wine break. Thank you. Cheers. Okay. Oh, that was so timely. Boudement. Yay. I always pour myself some wine and I never drink it during the class unless someone reminds me. Okay, so let's add the pasta. Make sure your liquid is very hot. So I have 12 ounces here. I'm using only 8. So this is the amount, like that. So yeah, I'm using 3/4 of this one. And cool. So the idea here is to cook it in one pot and not to drain it. We'll see about that. I don't know. I don't know how this particular pasta will behave. So we'll hope for that. But instructions said drain it. We'll see. We'll hope for the best. I don't want to drain it because I have milk. I have these lovely things, and I have some cheese. So my hope it will be kind of pasta risotto situation. We'll see. And please, since we are shallow boiling here, mix and stir. But we need to make sure nothing is sticking to the bottom of the pan. And you can add a splash of, not a splash, a sprinkle of truffle salt here as well if you want. I want to taste actually. Oh, it's good. It's good, it's good, it's good. So we are maintaining gentle simmering. Nothing crazy because we have milk. Milk has completely different composition than water, and it tends to scorch and burn, and we don't want that. So we're mixing, but still we want to maintain bubbles. See, like we have very gentle bubbling, and you can and yeah, you can add as much or as little cheese as possible. I'm a lover of Parmesan cheese or Pecorino, like all the aged. I put at 8 ounces of orzo. 8 ounces. Yeah, so yeah, I never restrict myself from using cheese, but it's up to you guys. I know different people that have different restrictions, so all good. And you see my peas are defrosted already, so they will be cooked and ready in about 1 minute. So we will add spinach and peas 1 minute. Spinach we can add, if you're using raw spinach, add it like 2 minutes before it's done. Uh, but since I'm using defrosted um, frozen spinach, I will add everything 1 minute before the end. You see, it's already thickening. So that's perfect. Perfect, perfect. Okay, people, if somebody knows the origin of orzo pasta, let me know. I'm very curious. 'Cause it's a very weird pasta shape. Nice, nice, nice. And this is like a perfect transitional dish to fall because we have already like fall flavors like truffles and mushrooms, a little bit of like heavier wine, but we still have this vibrancy from peas, and these two, like spinach and peas, are totally seasonless. You don't have to wait for spring for it. So it's great because you can use these all year long without sacrificing the flavor at all. Okay, see, we already can tell that our pasta is plumper. I will give it a taste. Okay, it's still raw, but it's good, it's good. I would say just taste your pasta and understand the level of doneness here. I will say that with this amount of liquid, I'm very, very happy how the process is going. I'm dropping my temperature to medium low because we have more starch released from pasta, have left less liquid, so everything will keep going faster. So we want to keep it at the same level, like nice and gentle. And if I will feel that my pasta is not there yet, I can always add a little bit of stock. I have tiny bit here left because I prepped 1 cup. I used only 3/4 of the cup, like I specified in the recipe. But again, you never know. If you put the heat on high and the liquid evaporated too fast, you want to add it because we want that creaminess. We want the pasta to be like kind of like risotto, but not really. So in that family. Okay, okay, we're getting there. We are getting there. But the funny thing is, I truly love mashed potato more than any pasta and any rice dish, any risotto. Just because I grew up with that, it's my comfort food from my childhood. It's just the best. And for this dish, next time you're making it, if you like mashed potato, do it. And oh my god, mashed potato and truffle carpaccio, they go together like match made in heaven. Okay, nice, nice, nice. You see, we're getting this amazing texture. Think we can go for 1 more minute and then we can add our spinach and peas. Again, taste your pasta because your pasta may cook differently from my pasta. Okay, okay. I like it. It has like this faint garlicky flavor, which is so beautiful. I will add a touch of truffle salt. And stir. Don't let it stick to the bottom. Stir it, stir it. And once you will add your spinach and peas, the temperature of pasta will drop. So we'll have to bring it back up to where it was. And it's kind of nice because it will give our pasta a little more time to absorb the flavor. And it's all going according to your plan. Nice, nice, nice. The pasta is plumper. If you feel like your pasta is too raw, add a splash of water or stock. Man, it's so good. Okay, 30 more seconds and then we'll add our veggies. And cheese will go at the very, very end. You always want to add it as a finishing touch to make sure the flavor is there. It will not burn. It will just bring everything together, add some extra flavor. Beautiful. You see, like it's totally like rice. So pretty. Okay, 10 more seconds and we'll go with spinach. Yay. Spinach is in. Nice. So spinach will take slightly longer to wilt or to cook if you're cooking from frozen. So 30 more seconds and the peas will go. Drop your temperature if you feel like it's cooking for like too fast. I'm already at my low. Okay, now the peas. And this is the last minute of our cooking process. And you see, it's like everything came together. We have no liquid left. Taste it. If you feel like your pasta is not cooked to your liking, add more liquid. Oh my God, this is so good. This is perfect. Okay, in 30 seconds. Oh, barley. Oh, so it's not rice, it's barley. Huh. Yes, it's very Mediterranean, actually. Very, very Mediterranean. Okay, people, we are almost there. Minestra. Ooh, Okay, I learned something today. Thank you, Sarah. That was amazing. Okay, I thought it's rice, but it's actually barley. Cool. So now I have this good handful of cheese. I'm adding only quarter of it, and the rest I will use as my finishing touch. Okay, this is it. Off. My stovetop is off. So this is the texture we're looking for. We still want, if we're aiming for al dente, we still want this little bite in the middle. Amazing, beautiful, delicious. This is it. This is all I wanted. So what I will do now is I'll move this. I'll clean my space a little bit, and let's plate. Take your chicken out of the oven. If you're using truffle carpaccio, open it. I have my fancy tweezers because it's so convenient. Ooh. Chicken is here. Yay. Yeah, it's like an oatmeal risotto texture. It has this starchiness, creaminess. It's in that family. It's not like regular pasta because it's so fine, but it still has a lot of starch. Ooh, let's do it. So you can do it two ways. You can put your pasta here in the middle and top it with chicken, or you can put chicken on the side. I'm kind of topping everything here like that. And now this is chicken. I will spoon some sauce on top. If you have some parsley, just finely mince it and sprinkle on top. I have truffles, so this is what I will do. Just big chunks of truffles. It's pretty. You can use this truffle oil as a finishing oil, or you can use some good Graza extra virgin oil. Like their finishing oil is perfect here. Okay. And this is the dish. This is what we made today. It's beautiful. And I would pair it actually with some good Pinot Noir or some light-bodied Italian red, or I don't know, Grenache, something like that. Rosé wine will go lovely. Some bold white wine like California Chardonnay will go lovely because we have this butterness, we have creaminess, but we have also this earthiness from mushrooms. So the wine needs to match it, not overpower. So thank you so much, people, for cooking with me. This is our first full dish together. We'll have another class next month, and I already have a menu for you. That will be risotto with butternut squash and turkey meatballs. So I hope you will like that, and I hope you will like this dish as well. So thank you for spending your Sunday afternoon with me. If you're planning to post your dishes online on Instagram or Threads, whatever, tag me at Anna Voloshina Cooks, tag Truffle Shuffle, tag ButcherBox, and come for more dishes. I'm here every month, so we'll cook something together. If you want me to make a dish that you're dreaming about, just drop me a DM and I will reply. I'm always looking for new ideas for something. So Who knows? Maybe your dish will be the next dish of the month. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful meal. Cheers, budmo. I'll see you at my next class. Bye.